Hello, my name is Shan and I'm going to attempt to do my September TBR before things get even more chaotic. But at this point, that's just my channel, isn't it? You might be able to tell my life is chaotic at the moment. I ordered some new mattresses, so my old mattress is in this room with the bookshelves. You might be able to see some lovely drawings that are on display that Kian has made, and he's currently occupied, but let's get into this. So if you didn't see my last monthly TBR video, I started doing a TBR game, which is 10-pin bowling, chooses my books, 10-pin books. I don't know what I'm going to call it. And there's actually not 10 pins. I was going to get more pins for this month, but we're in lockdown and I totally forgot to get them, so I would have had to order them online. Anyway, I will link last month's video, but basically I have some pins and I have a list on my iPad of a bunch of different bookish prompts, and I just randomly selected 6 of them because it's meant to be 10, but 6 this month, whatever. And I put each prompt on a pin and then I bowled the ball, and whenever I knock down I have to find a book to match. And I did make the rule for myself that if I knock down all 10 or 6 pins, then one of the pins has to be completed twice. Anyway, so I'll insert the clip of me bowling because I've already done that, and then we'll talk about the books. I did manage to fit in most of the books this month that I already wanted to read. I do have a lot of plans this month. I'm starting to get into the swing of reading. Kian turned 1 in July, so he's that little bit older and he can kind of start to occupy himself a bit better than he could when he was a baby. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to find some more time to read in September. But the prompts that were randomly selected for me, 2 of them were doubled up from last month, but that's fine. So I had Plant on the cover, a First Nations Australian author recommended by a friend, red on the cover, black on the cover, and an author you've never read before. So like I said, I put each of those on a pin and then I rolled the ball, and then here we go. So as you can see, 2 of them were not knocked down, so those ones I don't have to complete. But again, this is all just for fun, so I also have, as always, book clubs that I want to read books from. I have buddy reads that I'm hoping to do. I'll get into all that as I go through the video. I'm feeling kind of frazzled today. So first of all, we have Plant on the cover. So for this one, I'm going to be reading Transcendent Kingdom by Gyasi. I need to look up pronunciation. I'm hopeless. I'm really sorry. This was getting a lot of great reviews last year. And I think it's something that I would really, really like. And as you can see, these are little, whatever the heck they are, plants. I don't know. As a child, Gifty would ask her parents to tell the story of their journey from Ghana to Alabama, seeking escape in myths of heroism. Oh no! Okay, I feel like he might have changed the settings on this. Anyway. Okay, I'm obviously not going to get to read the synopsis of these, but yes, it is to do with someone who moves from Ghana to Alabama and then has a brother with an opioid addiction. Wow, okay, a searing novel about a family ravaged by forces both within and beyond their control. Very excited to get to this one. Next up was an Indigenous Australian author or First Nations author. And this worked out absolutely perfect because this is also my buzzword readathon book and also a book that I'm buddy reading with April. If you didn't know, I say it all the time, but my reading goal for this year was to read from more Australian authors. So that is why I'm picking an Australian author if I can each month for the buzzwordathon. And so this month is Dark Emu because the word is dark. And this is a non-fiction book. It's won a lot of awards, wow. And this is a non-fiction book that is putting forward the argument that to reconsider the hunter-gatherer label for pre-colonial Aboriginal Australians. And I don't often read non-fiction, so I'm glad I'm buddy reading this with April because I'm a bit nervous. But I think this is going to be really good. I have seen a lot of great things about this and I'm very excited to read and learn because generally I read for fun. I mean, you can learn and also have fun. Okay, so next up we have recommended by a friend. So this one, I am actually choosing my friend recommendation from Instagram, and the Instagrammer that I am referring to, her name is Heidi, and her Instagram is She Has a Reader's Soul. Hang on, let me double check the exact handle. She Has a Reader's Soul with an underscore at the end. I will leave it linked. She has a really beautiful feed. But a while ago, I saw her reading this book and I had messaged her to say I also have it on my TBR. That was in April. I said I was going to read it soon and let her know, and she said she really loved it and she wanted to hear my thoughts. Like I said, that was months ago. So anyway, the book is The Girl with the Louding Voice by, is it Abby Daray? There's like an accent over the E, so I'm not exactly sure. Again, I need to look up how to pronounce this one. But this, first of all, the cover is stunning. So bright and beautiful, but I'm very excited to also read this one because I believe it is following, yes, a Nigerian girl, which I don't often read books set in Nigeria or following Nigerian people. I don't recall a book that I have read that, I mean, I don't know, maybe I have. But I really need to be reading a bit more diversely and not just read from US authors, which is what I tend to pick up. So something from a Nigerian is going to be very good, and I'm excited to read this, and then I can finally message Heidi back and tell her what I thought. Okay, and then lastly for my pins is Red on the Cover. So what I am thinking of reading is a book that I did start a few months ago, and then I was enjoying it, but I just put it down because I had so many things to read. And that is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I have so many Tiffany D. Jackson books on my shelf and I'm yet to read any of them. This is a 5-star prediction. I'm sure I will love it, and I was loving the first 58 pages. But yeah, that month I just had so many books that I was reading and I ended up just putting it down and not picking it back up. I always push off my 5-star predictions and I need to stop doing that. So I really want to get to this month, hopefully. And yes, this is about a girl whose best friend isn't turning up to school, and she seems to be the only one that is concerned about where her friend has gone. And I'm really, really looking forward to reading this one because I just feel like I'm going to love it. Okay, like I said, that was the last for my pins. Now I'm going to talk about the rest of my plans. So obviously I've already told you my Buzzwordathon pick. As always, I'm participating in some book clubs. Actually, this month I'm going to attempt to participate in more than I normally do. So to start off with my usual book clubs, Jan's book club called the Full Moon Book Club. I always talk about it. I usually always have it linked below because I'm always referencing it in a video. But her book is one I've already read, but I think I'm going to reread it this month just so I'm fresh for the live show. But that is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Actually, this could have been for the red on the cover because her dress is kind of red. Anyway, doesn't matter. And this is a Gothic horror book. It's set in the 1950s in Mexico in this like creepy mansion where some weird things are going on. This girl gets a letter from her cousin to ask for her help, and then yeah, she goes to the mansion and it's weird and creepy, and I thought the vibes in this were so cool, but there's some weird things that go on and a lot of people really hate this book. I'm excited to reread it and see if I enjoy it again this time around. I remember enjoying it the first time around, but yes, I'm going to reread it for Jan's book club this month. Next up, we have the We're All Booked book club, which is run by Lacey and Sadie. Again, I always have it linked below. Thankfully, I had the book for this book club this month because I'm kind of on a book buying ban, but we're going to discuss how I half broke it already. So yes, I'm glad I already had this book so I can participate this month because I actually didn't participate last month, which is like the first month I haven't participated in ages. Anyway, the book is Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This is a middle grade. Everyone is saying how amazing it is. I got this for so cheap when I did buy it. I think it was like $6, which $6 Australian dollars, what a bargain. And that's for a new, not even a used copy. Anyway, I forget what this is about. Her brother Quentin has gone missing. No one will talk about it. His mysterious job holds a clue. I'm so excited for it. I love book clubs. Like I've said, I'm super excited to read this and discuss with everyone, and very excited. Okay, so those were the two book clubs that I usually participate in. Now, there are so many book clubs at the moment and I'm absolutely loving it because I love book clubs. I don't know, I just like that we're all reading the same book and then I can see other people's opinions in the chat, and It's just amazing. So Cami of Burrows and Books and Naomi of Naomi's Library started a book club called Brujas and Books. So I definitely want to support them in their first month, which is September. I'll leave a link below again, as always. So their book for their first month of their book club is The Inheritance of Orchidia Divina. My Australian accent makes everything sound stupid, but anyway. I'll put up a picture of the book, and this is a new release, and this is where my book buying ban kind of fell apart a little bit, because I obviously wanted to participate, and I kept looking for where I could get this book, and it looks like in Australia I can't get it for like less than $40, which $40 for one book is just a little bit out of my comfortability for price. So that's that book club. And there's also 2 book clubs this month that's There's also 2 book clubs that the monthly book is Velvet Was the Night this month. So it is the Lights Out book club. Oh my god, I can't talk. The Lights Out book club, which is run by Sav from Riveting Reads, and also the Antisocial book club, which is run by Molly from Mind of Molly. No! So if I can get my hands on that book, then I will participate in those. Lastly, if you have me on Instagram, you know that I always complain about how bad of a sleeper Kian is. We've been working on his sleep, and at the moment we are trying out a new thing where I read to him to get him to sleep. But his own books are too colourful and too exciting and too short. So I've been reading like middle grade books to him in like a soft, like I'm basically ASMR reading to him to get him to fall asleep at night. Realistically, I could read any book to him because he's not really listening to the words. He's just listening to my voice and then falling asleep. But I did want to read age-appropriate things. Like, I'm not going to read him an adult novel. So last month we did The Wizard of Oz, which is obviously a children's classic. So I was trying to think of some other books that I had that I could read to him. I also am, at the moment, reading it off my phone because I'm trying to keep it as dark as possible. And if I have a physical book, I need the light on, if that makes sense. I don't know. It'd be better if the light was on, wouldn't it? If you have kids that you read to sleep, what do you do? I don't know. Anyway, so I was looking for ebooks that I had that were middle grade that I could read to him. So at the moment, I am reading A Pinch of Magic, which also has a lot of great reviews. It's another 5-star prediction for me. I'm sure I'm gonna continue to love it. I'm only like a chapter in. It's probably gonna take me the whole month to get through it, because I'm only reading for like 10 minutes every night. Yeah, that is the last book that's on my September TBR that I can think of at the moment. I'm hoping to read a lot in September, so I'll be hopefully adding a lot of books to these books. I think that's all I had to say. This is really long. All right, I'm sorry, I just ranted on for so long in this video. Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna go. Thank you if you watched this far. I appreciate you being here, and okay, we're going. Bye.